In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
I am MJ, and tonight I bring you the latest stories in the United States of America, especially in the state of Texas. So sit back, relax, and let Lawin Weekly News be your guide to the news that matters most. The Texas Senate is reviewing two proposed bills that would prevent individuals without legal status from being granted bail when charged with a felony. The legislation is introduced by State Senator Joanne Huffman, represents an effort to address concerns about public safety and criminal justice system. These bills, known as Jocelyn's Law, are set to be voted on by Texas citizens. Supporters of the bills argue that they are necessary to ensure public safety by preventing individuals who may pose a threat from being released before trial. Proponents emphasize the need for stricter bail measures, particularly in felony cases involving individuals without legal status in the United States. Critics worry that the bills might disproportionately target individuals based on their immigration status or racial background. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick has voiced his support for the bills, underscoring the need for bail reform that would reduce the chances of serious crime suspects evading legal proceedings. He and other backers of the legislation argue that such measures would improve public safety. The bills will require approval from Texas voters to be enacted. If passed, they would amend the Texas Constitution, strengthening the authority of judges to deny bail in felony cases involving individuals without legal status. Voters will have the final say on whether these measures should become law. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has expressed his support for clarifying the state's abortion ban, which was enacted last year. Abbott stated that the law's current ambiguities need to be addressed to ensure the legislation serves its intended purpose effectively. The Texas governor defended the law, emphasizing its goal of protecting life and acknowledging the need for clearer guidelines to avoid confusion in its application. Medical professionals in Texas have raised concerns about the law's vague language, which could affect healthcare services. Some doctors worry that uncertainty around the law might impact the care they provide to patients. Abbott recognized these concerns, asserting that clarifications would help ensure medical practitioners can continue offering necessary care without legal fears. Proponents of abortion rights argue that the law remains too restrictive, with clarifications not addressing their broader concerns. Meanwhile, anti-abortion groups welcome the governor's support for clarifications, viewing it as a step toward more consistent enforcement. Students at the University of Houston are calling for stronger safety measures following recent incidents of crime on campus, including a sexual assault and multiple robberies. On Wednesday afternoon, a group of students organized a march to the Ezekiel Collin building to express their concerns directly to the university's Board of Regents. Protesters carried signs and chanted slogans demanding increased investment in security resources. They emphasized the need for immediate action to address perceived gaps in the university's current safety protocols. In addition to the protests, students have used social media to raise awareness and call for solidarity, putting pressure on the administration to take action. The university has not yet issued an official statement in response to the protest, but acknowledged the recent incidents and stated that investigations are ongoing. Current safety measures on campus include crime notifications, a campus police presence, and safety escort services. However, many students feel that these efforts are insufficient. Students are advocating for a comprehensive review of security protocols with specific calls for increased campus lighting, more frequent police patrols, and improved reporting channels. They are also requesting enhanced support services for victims of crime, including counseling and assistance resources. Houston Mayor John Whitmire has released the findings of an efficiency audit that examined city departments. The study, conducted by Ernst & Young, identifies areas of potential mismanagement and lack of accountability within city operations. While specific savings are not yet confirmed, estimates suggest that potential savings between 5 and 15% of Houston's $2.2 billion facilities and construction budget, potentially ranging from $113 million to $341 million. Whitmire has used the report as a basis to reject proposals for increased property taxes or new fees to address Houston's $330 million budget deficit, a challenge further complicated by ongoing negotiations with the Houston Police Officers Union. The audit examined 22 departments, including police and fire services, focusing on performance, organization, and spending. City Controller Chris Hollins has proposed the formation of an emergency task force, which would include his office, the mayor's office, the City Council Budget Committee, to identify specific spending cuts. Hollins emphasized that while the audit presents opportunities for improving city services and reducing waste, the report alone cannot address the budget issues. The audit revealed issues with employees using purchasing cards to split costs and make purchases exceeding established limits, including transactions with prohibited companies like Amazon and PayPal. Cynthia Wilson, the mayor's special advisor for organizational structure or culture and education, stated that layoffs would not be a part of cost-cutting measures, but some vacant positions may be dissolved. South by Southwest in Austin, Texas is set to take place in just over 3 weeks, and festival organizers have issued a warning regarding a scam targeting musicians. The scam involves fraudulent invitations claiming to offer performance slots at the festival, but requiring artists to pay a fee to secure their spot. South by Southwest organizers have stated that the festival does not charge musicians to perform, and any communication requesting payment should be considered suspicious. Artists are advised to verify invitations directly with South by Southwest officials to confirm their legitimacy. Official invitations from South by Southwest will come from verified sources and will not request payment for performance slots. South by Southwest organizers have emphasized that any fees associated with the festival are not related or are related to registration or travel expenses, not performance fees. Dallas has launched a pilot program to equip 2 ambulances with donor blood to improve care for trauma patients during transport. The program, developed in collaboration with local hospitals, blood banks, and emergency services, aims to provide immediate blood transfusions to patients in critical conditions. The initiative focuses on trauma patients who experience rapid blood loss, a leading cause of death in such cases. By having blood available in ambulances, paramedics can administer transfusions quickly, stabilizing patients before they reach the hospital. Local hospitals and blood banks are supplying the blood for the program, and paramedics have received training on the proper procedures. The goal is to integrate this new capability into existing protocols, enhancing paramedic responses to life-threatening injuries. Health authorities in Dallas are optimistic about the potential benefits, hoping the program will improve survival rates for trauma patients. San Antonio International Airport has launched a new program called SAT Pass, which allows non-traveling individuals to access gate areas to meet arriving or departing friends and family. The program, which is limited to 50 passes per day, aims to provide a more personalized and intimate reunions at the gates, a practice that was common before stricter security measures were introduced. To participate, individuals must meet Transportation Security Administration's screening requirements, similar to ticketed passengers, ensuring that airport security remains intact. Applicants must submit a request on the airport's website, providing identification details and specifying the date and time they wish to access the airport. Once approved, participants will receive confirmation and instructions for picking up their pass. The SAT Pass program operates on a first-come, first-served basis, with daily availability limited to 50 passes. Airport officials advise interested individuals to apply early due to the potential for high demand. This initiative follows similar programs implemented at airports like Seattle Tacoma and Pittsburgh International. San Antonio International Airport officials will monitor the program and gather feedback to assess its effectiveness and potential for expansion in the future. The Federal Bureau of Investigation has announced the discovery of approximately 2,400 previously undisclosed records related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The assassination of President Kennedy, which took place in Dallas on November 22, 1963, has remained a subject of fascination and debate. Numerous conspiracy theories have emerged over the years, leading to various investigations and establishment of official committees such as the Warren Commission. However, researchers and historians estimated that about 3,000 files remained undisclosed, fueling ongoing demands for full transparency. The FBI's recent discovery of 2,400 records marks as a significant step toward addressing these remaining gaps. The National Archives and Records Administration ensures that the records are processed and made available to the public where appropriate.
Tune into Legal Treats with attorney Eileen Ligote Dizon
every Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Get your weekly dose of legal knowledge, especially on family matters like divorce, child custody, child support, estate planning, probate, and immigration.
Engage in discussions by posting your questions, comments.
President Donald Trump has once again proposed placing a rebuilt Gaza Strip under U.S. control, a plan that includes relocating Palestinians from their traditional homes. The proposal, which aims to address regional instability and territorial disputes, has sparked debate within the international circles. Trump's comments were made during a meeting with King Abdullah II of Jordan, who is visiting the United States. Trump's proposal involves relocating Palestinians from Gaza and the West Bank and establishing U.S. authority over a reconstructed Gaza. King Abdullah II of Jordan expressed his strong objection to the displacement of Palestinians, reiterating Jordan's long-standing position in support of Palestinian rights to remain in their ancestral territories. The Jordanian king emphasized that any solution to the Palestinian issue should involve dialogue and respect for Palestinian sovereignty. The National Bureau of Investigation, NBI, has recommended the filing of criminal charges against Vice President Sara Duterte for alleged threats made against President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, and House Speaker Martin Romualdez. The charges stem from statements Duterte made during an online press conference in November of the previous year. According to the NBI's findings, Duterte's remarks could be construed as inciting sedition and issuing threats against high-ranking government officials. The investigation was prompted by public concerns and legal scrutiny over the language used during the press conference. The NBI's decision to recommend charges reflects the seriousness of the allegations. Under Philippine law, inciting to sedition is a criminal offense. The Office of the Vice President is yet to issue an official statement regarding the NBI's recommendation. Australia has raised concerns after an incident involving a Chinese fighter jet and Australian military surveillance aircraft over the South China Sea. The incident occurred during a routine patrol by an Australian surveillance plane in the South China Sea, a region known for its strategic importance and ongoing territorial disputes. According to Australian officials, a Chinese fighter jet released flares near the Australian aircraft, prompting a formal protest from Australia. Australian authorities have described the Chinese military actions as reckless, asserting that the release of flares posed a direct threat to the safety of the Australian crew. Officials have expressed concerns about the potential for catastrophic consequences if the situation had escalated. The South China Sea is a region marked by complex territorial disputes with claims from multiple nations, including China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Brunei. Australia's defense minister emphasized the need for all nations to adhere to international laws and norms in the South China Sea. In response, China neither confirmed nor denied the release of flares but stated that its military was conducting routine operations in the area. Consul General Gunther Sales of the Philippine Consulate General met with Texas Secretary of State Jen Nelson in Austin on February 3rd to discuss various matters concerning the Filipino-American community in Texas and strengthening of economic ties between the Philippines and the state. During the meeting, Sales and Nelson spoke about the notable successes of Filipino-American community in Texas, highlighting why many Filipino immigrants choose to make the state their home. The Philippine Consulate General expressed its commitment to working closely with Secretary Nelson's office to further enhance economic relations between Texas and the Philippines. While in Austin, Consul General Sales also took the opportunity to engage with leaders and representatives from several local Filipino-American organizations, including the Philippine-American Chamber of Commerce Austin Region, the Austin Filipino-American Association, and the Filipino Young Professionals of Austin, Texas.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will
LeBron James made history on Thursday night by becoming the oldest player to score 40 points in a single game. At 40 years old, James achieved this milestone during the Los Angeles Lakers' 120-112 victory over the Golden State Warriors, finishing the game with a season-high 42 points. James' performance was a testament to his enduring excellence as he continues to maintain a high level of play well into his 40s. Despite being challenged by the competitive Warriors, James took control of the game, delivering key plays that pushed the Lakers to victory. James' latest record reinforces the evolving nature of professional sports. Athletes, through advanced training and recovery techniques, are now able to extend their careers well into their 30s and 40s. Filipino pole vaulter E.J. Obiena participated in the ISTAF indoor meet at the PSD Bank Dome in Germany on Sunday night, where he finished in 7th place. Obiena cleared a height of 5.55 meters on his first attempt, which initially placed him in a competitive position. However, he was unable to clear the 5.75-meter mark, which would have improved his ranking. As a result, he ended the event in 7th place. The competition attracted attention as Obiena has been a consistent performer in international pole vaulting. His past successes have set high expectations, and the pressure to maintain these achievements is a part of his ongoing efforts in the sport. The event featured top-tier athletes, all aiming for victory, and showcased the level of competition Obiena faces on the global stage. Kanye West fashion brand Yeezy experienced a disruption when its website went offline after its brand began selling white t-shirts featuring a swastika. Visitors to the site encountered error messages indicating that the store was unavailable. The release of the t-shirts, which displayed a symbol associated with Nazi Germany, sparked widespread criticism. The controversy was further amplified by a commercial featuring Kanye West, who now goes by Ye, promoting the t-shirts. The advertisement aired in Southern California, increasing the visibility of the issue. Yeezy has not issued an official statement regarding the website's status or the decision to sell the t-shirts. As of now, it is unclear if the website will be restored or if the t-shirts will continue to be sold. Filipina actress Maris Racal has arrived at the 75th Berlin International Film Festival, Berlinale 2025, where she is representing her film Sunshine. The film is competing in the Generation 14 Plus category, which is known for its focus on young adult themes, making it an appropriate platform for Sunshine. Berlinale is one of the largest and most respected film festivals, attracting filmmakers, actors, and industry professionals from around the world. Racal's participation at Berlinale reflects her ambitions as an artist and highlights her growing portfolio of work. Her presence at the festival is also a point of pride for her supporters and the Philippine entertainment industry, which is increasingly represented on the global stage. Sunshine explores themes relevant to youth and has drawn attention for its narrative depth and potential impact on younger audiences. As we brace ourselves for the upcoming weather changes, let's dive into what you can expect day by day. Whether you're planning outdoor activities or just preparing for the week, we've got you covered with the most accurate forecast. Stay tuned with us as we take a closer look at the weather patterns that will impact our region. Remember, here at Lawin Weekly News, we bring you the clearest skies to the stormiest forecasts.
Here is your weather forecast in Houston, Texas from February 16th to February 22nd, 2025. On February 16th, Sunday, the highest temperature is 58 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Expect plenty of sunshine, breezy and cooler. On February 17th, Monday, the highest temperature is 60 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Mostly sunny skies are anticipated. On February 18th, Tuesday, the highest temperature is 67 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Considerable clouds with a couple of showers are expected. On February 19th, Wednesday, the highest temperature is 46 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 27 degrees Fahrenheit. It will be windy and less humid with increasing amounts of sunshine. On February 20th, Thursday, the highest temperature is 44 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Plenty of sun is expected, but it will be cold. On February 21st, Friday, the highest temperature is 45 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Anticipate cold conditions with intervals of clouds and sunshine. On February 22nd, Saturday, the highest temperature is 51 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 43 degrees Fahrenheit. It will be cloudy and cold with a couple of showers in the afternoon. And this is Lawin Weekly weather forecast for Houston, Texas.
So those were the latest stories in Texas this week. I am MJ Concepcion from Lawin Media Network. Have a great day.
Lawin Weekly News.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m.